Happy Feet, Wombo Combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco.
Okay, even if you've never seen or heard of competitive Melee, this team combo and its rather loud commentary may be familiar to you in some way. For newer spectators of the game, or fans of competitive gaming in general, the term Wombo Combo has certainly rolled off the tongues of your favorite esports casters.
Shockwave! That shockwave to the Wombo Combo! Oh, and the wild growth! It keeps him alive! Where's the shockwave? It's only one person! There it is! The four-man Wombo Combo! That's all they were looking for all game! Can they seal the deal?
This moment was the now viral Wombo Combo from the SCSA West Coast circuit, and it was a driving force in the growth and development of the competitive Super Smash Bros. Melee scene. The Wombo Combo as we know it presently was inarguably a huge moment for the onset of competitive Melee, but not even Zoo, its recipient, knew of its long-standing effects at the time.
4 stocks and 7 years ago, my teammate and I created a combo to what I think revolutionized the Melee Nation.
What he didn't realize was that December 6, 2008 would become one of the most influential and iconic moments in Super Smash Bros. Melee history. Julian Zoo was born on May 24, 1990 in Berkeley, California. He was formerly ranked 1st on the Philadelphia Melee Power Rankings and 5th on the NorCal Melee Power Rankings. Zoo's legacy is one storied in triumphs and, well, being triumphed. He's considered one of the best Falco players in the world, but he was also the recipient of the Wombo Combo. So you could say he's grown his fame in Melee through diverging means. People even came up with the term Zooiciding over the span of his career because he was so well known for self-destructing during crucial tournament moments. Player profile aside, let's turn the clock back to the beginnings of competitive Melee. Early recordings from Zoo's YouTube channel show some gameplay dating back as early as 2006. However, 2007 was a big year for Zoo, with the first iteration of his combo video series, Happy Feet, premiering on January 21st, 2007, in all of its glorious 480p capture card quality. Happy Feet 2 through 4 would soon follow in the coming years, but this series definitely put Zoo on the map for anyone who hadn't already heard of him at this point. That being said, Zoo's first few tournaments after Happy Feet's release weren't exactly stellar. He placed inside of top 50 at mid-2007 events like Zero Challenge 3 and Super Champ Combo, getting outplaced by Falcos of the time like Forward, Bomb Soldier, and the legendary PC Chris. But it wasn't until the end of 2007 when Zoo really started to place relatively highly on a consistent basis. December 29th, 2007 brought one of Zoo's first top 8 placings at SoCal Best of 2007, where he took 7th in singles. And from that point forward, he was riding a Melee high. Actually, for the entire year of 2008, Zoo didn't see a placing lower than 4th. But something was about to happen that would change Zoo's future as a competitor, and competitive Melee as we now know it.
You just got up smash. And now, Zoo, poor Zoo. Happy Feet, Wombo Combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco.
Now, some people may see this and think, wow, that was an insanely well-coordinated teams combo for its time. Well, maybe they're not thinking that exactly, but still, it was an insanely well-coordinated teams combo for its time. But it's difficult to talk about how important the Wombo Combo was without mentioning the set recorders and record keepers of Melee in 2008. You see, before the years of Video Game Bootcamp, one of the bigger channels for Melee tournament footage at the time was the Waffle77 on YouTube. The channel owner's in-game tag was Homemade Waffles, or HMW for short. Waffles was well known in the community, and became one of Melee's first popular commentators in conjunction with his casting partner, Phil. However, the early days of Melee commentary were different from what we hear nowadays.
Where you at? Where you at? Oh my locked up, Paul. I'm pocket controller, dog. I'm pocket controller.
HMW and Phil were a pair notorious for loud and boisterous commentary, with a ton of trash talk thrown in at the players on the screen. The thing that made the Wombo Combo unique from their everyday trash talk, however, was that this exact sequence was planned. And to top it all off, the combo wasn't even intended for Zoo. Zoo was a part of the Bayesians, a Smash crew consisting of, well, Zoo, Silent Spectre and Tang, the people in the Wombo Combo, and a few other older players. One of the legacy smashers went by the tag Lunin Spectra, who, according to Tang, was the planned recipient of the Wombo Combo. SS and Tang had been practicing team combos when the Wombo Combo was birthed. No one had seen it yet, but the mere thought of being able to witness it live got players excited. They told Waffles about it to prepare him on commentary, which ultimately led to this.
Poor Zoo.
Happy feet, Wombo Combo.
That ain't Falco.
That ain't Falco. Oh!
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 Oh! Oh my God! Oh, where are you at? Where are you at?
At first, Zoo didn't really think the combo was a big deal. He had played against Silent Spectre and Tang more times than he could count, and would often get destroyed by their team combos. But the comedy of it all was that Zoo had openly shared that he originally intended on pausing and quitting out of the game in order to ruin the combo finisher.
I'm gonna fucking bust her out and I'm gonna reset the game. I was this close to quitting out. I had my thumb on the start button, and then right before the knee came, I just thought to myself, wait, this is not a good idea. I shouldn't do this. I didn't think it was gonna get like a ton of views or anything, but you know, he deserved that knee. And man, if I rage, oh my God, I would have been known as the biggest rage quitter of all time.
By the time he saw the clip of Wombo Combo uploaded by Lumpy CPU, it already had thousands of views, which was a big deal in 2008. And today? Well, it's far beyond the 10 million view count. It wasn't until Zoo attended Revival of Melee, his first out-of-state tournament, when the mutterings from the Wombo Combo became more heard, and he began to realize the combo's implications. Zoo would get shoutouts making reference to the Wombo Combo, which had happened about 3 months ago, both in the venue and on-game commentary.
People were actually just like referencing, oh, Zoo, where are you currently located, from like across the venue.
Oh my, where are you currently located?
Zoo's actual performance at ROM relative to his high placings in 2008 wasn't exactly the best. Now popularized as the Wombo Combo guy, he placed 13th here, tying with the likes of Callball, Vans, and Hacks. There was a ton of room for improvement. But 4 months later, he saw his performance take a leap forward at Genesis. The first Genesis was what Zoo considered to be his breakout performance, and he'd be absolutely right. He placed 4th in singles, knocking out one of the 5 gods, Mewtwo King, and outplacing the famous 5th place at Genesis Scar. The only people who outplaced Zoo at this tournament were Mango, Armada, and Hungrybox in that order, who were also regarded as the 5 gods of Melee at the time, alongside Mewtwo King. If Happy Feet put Zoo on the competitive map, his results at Genesis firmly established him as a top 10 player and a significant tournament threat. For the next couple of years, Zoo went back to consistently high placings at tournaments. He was reaching within top 8 at most events through 2012, with only a handful of lesser results, such as a 9th place finish at Good Shit German and a 13th place finish at Pound 5 and Apex 2012. But towards the end of the year, Zoo's tournament placings started to slip. His outlier performances of 2012 became more of the norm at the larger events of 2013 and onward. 13th at Apex 2013, 17th at EVO 2013, 21st at MLG Anaheim 2014, all the way to 49th at EVO 2014. These weren't bad placings by any means, but they certainly weren't up to snuff with the level of play people came to expect from Zoo in years prior. These next couple of years were about the same for Zoo. He placed well at a few smaller events and even reached the 9th place finish at CEO 2015, but his performance still felt stagnant. His peaks felt too low and his valleys too high. He had plateaued. That is, until EVO 2016.
You get hit by a crouch cancel it, you run off again.
No jump, no jump. Don't go for that. Yeah, that time just go for SD down here.
Yeah.
And Stu is so happy about it. slams the controller. He loves it.
Wow.
And that's a matchup throughout his career he's had trouble with, and that's how he played it beautifully.
Yeah. I don't know what to say right now. Everything is on the line. Lucky is clawed it back enough, but no, he's too far!
That's it. Wow.
And a nod for both players. Zoo lets out a roar. He did play laser focused.
Ow. He was on the ground the whole time.
Oh! He said,
no,
please
yeah.
check your TI!
We're a bunch of underrated frogs. Yeah. Okay.
That's not okay! He's a good guy, don't hurt him!
Here's a family!
While Zoo was knocked into losers pretty early on, he proceeded to go on a complete tear. Just to name a few, Zoo took out Laudandis, Chudat, and Lucky without dropping a game before getting stopped by Mango, right outside of top 8.
Before even playing Lucky, I hadn't beaten him in like 4 or 5 years, a really, really long time. But in my mind, I was just thinking like, I want top 8, and I was just believing myself. And it was mostly a mentality thing and just like having that momentum. So, you know, I ended up beating Lucky, and then I ended up playing Mango, who I did pretty well against. Didn't go all the way, but I definitely did a lot better against him than I have in like recent years.
It was an absolutely outrageous run, and easily Zoo's standout performance of the year with an impressive 9th place finish. 2 months later, on September 28, 2016, Zoo joined Boxer as their first ever Smash player. Unfortunately, Zoo's personal life prevented him from repeating the stellar performance that was EVO 2016. With no shockingly high tournament results, Zoo's SSBM rank started to drop as the years passed, from 18th in 2013, to 21st in 2014, to 29th in 2015, to 31st in 2016.
You know, especially with like my job and like my life situation, it was very difficult for me to feel very prepared going into tournaments. And so going to tournaments, instead of being like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to do well, it was very stressful.
Zoo came to realize that he wasn't the type of person who could compete in Melee forever. Instead of throwing in the towel right away, he decided to give himself 1 year to improve his tournament placements, with the understanding that it'd be time for him to retire if he couldn't reach the same level of play he had hit in the past. He went to a handful of events for 2017 without breaking into top 16 of bracket. And in 2018, Zoo attended major tournaments Genesis 5 and EVO 2018, with placings of 97th and 65th, respectively. All things considered though, across Zoo's 10 plus years of competitive Melee, his play has been relatively consistent. Like any athlete, there were ebbs and flows in performance. Zoo had some marvelous tournament results and some less than marvelous. Although he never won a major, Zoo personally felt that he never had the competitive mentality to top the rankings himself.
I don't think I've ever, in my whole 13 years, really had the mentality of like really wanting to win a major. I think I've gotten close a lot of times, and my mentality going in is like, oh, I just want to do well. But I've never thought like, I want to be the best player in the world.
This isn't the story about a player who had the potential to be the best in the world but couldn't quite reach his goal. It isn't the story of what could have been, and it isn't the story of how a single person came to fully embody what many consider to be a meme. While Zoo's story is certainly one of many ups and downs, it's a tale that's firmly rooted in a concept of community. As a top contender in Melee's early competitive scene, as well as a potent competitor today, Zoo effectively bridged the gap between old-school Melee and modern-day play, all while holding the reputation of a 10 million view combo victim. There's some kind of fantastic irony in the Wombo Combo helping to propel Melee into competitive relevance. At the time that this video is released, we'll be celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Wombo Combo. 10 years. Zoo said it best in his interview with Last Talk Legends. I feel like it's very hard to turn away from the Wombo Combo. It's a very sharp, memorable video. You see that, you're gonna go to the side and you're gonna look up Smash videos. And he couldn't have been more right. The person on the receiving end of the string ended up becoming one of Melee's most prominent figures in the community's early development, and the game stands as one of the most watched, played, and appreciated fighters to this day. And at the center of it all was the Wombo Combo. On August 4th, 2018, Zoo announced that EVO 2018 would be his last tournament as a competitor. He ended his career as the number 66th best player in the world on 2017's SSBM rank. Now, Zoo gives back to the community in other ways, with efforts like a Humans of Smash Twitter page which details the stories of many Smashers around the world. With the onset of his retirement, Zoo has left behind a legacy as large as Silent Spectre and Tang's Wombo Combo. And to think, he almost paused. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and subscribe for more content. This has been turndownforwalt. See you next time.
That up smash.
Poor Zoo!
Happy feet. Wombo Combo!
That is not Falco!
That ain't Falco! Oh!
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 Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at?